Really, Dad? Mom's right. You really are an ass. That was the last thing I heard from my daughter before I hung up the phone. Over the next few days, she tried sending me text messages, but I deleted them without even opening them. There were a couple of voice messages, too, but I deleted those after hearing the first couple of words. It was all the same. My ex-wife's words, spoken through my daughter's voice. She had made her choice 10 years ago. She's at peace with that decision. That so-called olive branch, it wasn't a peace offering. It was an insult. She could take the whole olive tree and shove it up her ass. My name is Tom Williams. I used to be married to Kayla Williams. We were married for 17 years before everything fell apart. And of course, I was blamed for it. That's what happens to innocent guys in our wonderful divorce courts. Blame the man, then let the ex-wife get full custody so she can tell the kids what a horrible man their father is. I swear the divorce laws in this country were written by a bunch of man-hating feminists who want to screw over anyone with a penis. As I said, we were married for 17 years. We had 2 children, a 14-year-old son and a 16-year-old daughter. I thought everything was going great. I loved my wife. I was sure she loved me. Our children were smart, athletic, well-behaved, and cute. Carly was a daddy's girl. Josh was a friendly and athletic boy. I was making decent money as a mechanical engineer, and Kayla had a good job as an accountant. We both played sports to keep fit, and we were both pretty attractive. Carly was a daddy's girl to the core. She idolized me. She had me wrapped around her little finger. She had a good aptitude for math and science and had decided she was going to be an engineer like Daddy. She got her driver's license the day she turned 16. She loved to drive. From the age of 10, she'd come to the garage and hand me wrenches while I worked on my various toys. I'm an unabashed tech enthusiast. I like old cars, mostly made by GM, that I can mess around with and collect. She inherited that love from me. On weekends, we'd go to car shows together and spend all day drooling over these beautiful machines. It felt like we were practically joined at the hip almost every weekend, really, Dad. Mom's right. You really are an ass. Those were the last words I heard from my daughter as I hung up the phone. Over the next few days, she tried to text me. I deleted every message. There were a couple of voicemails, too, but I deleted those after the first few words. It was all the same. My ex-wife's words, spoken in my daughter's voice. My daughter had made her choice 10 years ago, and she'd made her peace with it. That so-called olive branch was an insult. She could have taken the whole olive tree and shoved it where the sun doesn't shine. My name is Tom Williams. I used to be married to Kayla Williams. We were married for about 17 years, then everything fell apart. Of course, I was blamed for it. That's what happens in our divorce courts. Blame the man, and let the ex-wife get custody so she can tell the kids what a horrible father they had. The laws felt stacked against me. Call it bitter, call it realistic. Either way, I felt cheated by a system that made the wrong person suffer. We had 2 kids, Josh, 14, and Carly, 16. I thought everything was fine. I loved my wife. I believed she loved me. The kids were smart, athletic, and well-behaved. Carly was a daddy's girl. She idolized me. From the moment she could hold a wrench, she loved the garage and the cars. I'm a tech and car enthusiast, old GM muscle cars mostly, and she grew up by my side at car shows and in the driveway. She loved math and science and planned to be an engineer like her old man. She earned her driver's license the day she turned 16. That day felt like pride and a little bit of passing on a legacy. Josh was different. He wasn't into cars. He loved literature and social studies. He talked about becoming a lawyer. He was closer to his mom. That wasn't a problem. Families are complicated. People fall into roles. For the last few weeks before everything blew up, Kayla had been off, distant, zoning out for minutes at a time. I asked her if she was okay. She shrugged it off. I chalked it up to stress. I should have known better. It was a Friday. I got home at 6. Kayla was already there. I called out that I was home. The house didn't smell like dinner. Carly didn't come down to greet me. Odd. Teenagers, right? I put my briefcase down and went upstairs to change. On the bed, Kayla had laid out a little black dress, sexy lingerie, stockings, garter, high heels, everything. That explained the missing dinner smell. Apparently we were going out. She was in the bathroom finishing her makeup when I walked in. "Where are we going, honey?" I asked, taking off my shirt. "We're not going anywhere," she said. That's weird. If we're not going anywhere, why is the bed covered in that? I asked. She turned to me, calm as a sermon. I'm going out tonight. I have a date. I probably won't be home until tomorrow morning. You're having a date? And you're not coming back until morning? I said. That's right, she said. If everything goes to plan, I'll spend the night with him. I didn't have a meltdown right away. I tried reason. You can't be serious, I said. She explained. Clarence. 10 years younger. Flirting for months. Tonight was her one night to prove she was still attractive, to get a confidence boost. It's just one night, she told me. We've been married for 17 years. I need this. You're breaking your vows, I said. We promised to renounce everyone else. It's one night, she said. After I get home, it's back to normal. I love you, but I need this. If you really love me, you'd let me do it, I told her flatly. If you go through with this, it's over. I'll see a lawyer. Don't be an idiot, she laughed, then laid out the consequences if I tried to leave. There will be no divorce, she told me, with a confidence that chilled me. I'll come home and be the devoted wife. If you try to divorce me, I'll fight. You'll lose the house, most of your assets, and I'll get full custody. I'll ruin your dating life. I'll make the kids hate you. I was stunned. She said she loved me, and then she threatened me. Not with pain. With paperwork and custody and vengeance. That was the moment all my illusions cracked. I only need one night, she said again. No love, no promises. It's just sex. I told you. I'll never do it again. Fine, I said. If you go, it's over. She left. I watched her go out the door and I started to cry. 17 years. A year of engagement. 2 years before that, when we dated exclusively. I never understood how she could do this. We didn't fight about sex. We had a normal life. If she'd wanted more, she could have told me. I waited half an hour, hoping she'd come back. She didn't. I went to work, but not to escape, to plan. My plan wasn't elegant. It was practical. We lived in a big house. Master bedroom, Carly's room, Josh's room, and a large guest room. A second master with its own bath. That guest room had been for family visits and sleepovers. Now it became my new bedroom. It took 2 hours to move out of our bed and into the guest room. I had no illusions about divorce law in my state. No fault meant the judge could split things any way he pleased. Wives often ended up with the house, the kids, and spousal support. Men got the bills, call it what you want. But I was preparing for a fight I didn't want to lose. In the home office, I logged into our online banking. Years earlier, I'd opened a separate account under my name, so I could buy surprise gifts without Kayla seeing the charges. She knew about it but didn't have access. I repurposed that account. I transferred exactly half of the joint checking and savings into my personal account. I used the remaining joint funds to pay off and cancel all the credit cards, then issued new cards in my name only. I should have paid everything first, but I decided I'd rather let a judge order me to pay than chase her for money later. I poured a glass of Jim Beam and went to sleep on the couch in the guest room. It wasn't a great night. The bed felt empty. I dozed off and woke up thinking of what I could have done differently. Should I have physically stopped her? Would a baseball bat or a gun have been worth going to jail? The questions tormented me until dawn. By 9 in the morning, Kayla was back. She walked into the house like nothing had happened. Good morning? I'm home, like I said, she sang. I ignored her. My anger had hardened into a focus. I had lawyers to call and apartments to look at. I'd made an appointment for the following Monday. I'd set a plan in motion. Later that day, I confronted her. She came into my office, arms open. I shoved her back. Keep your filthy, sick lips off me, I said. God only knows what's been in your mouth. It was cruel, I know, but I wanted to hurt in a way she'd understand. You need to go to the clinic and get a full set of STD tests, I told her. I want a notarized, clean report before anything else. She went upstairs to nap and demanded an apology later. I smiled because I could already predict the next act. A few minutes later, she stormed back in. What the hell did you do? She shouted. Where are your clothes? Your toiletries? What did you do with everything? Calm as a man who'd already written the checks, I said, everything is where it belongs, in my bedroom. I moved out. I'm staying in the guest room until I find an apartment. You'll put everything back in a week, she demanded. Then we'll go back to normal. Not until I get the notarized report, I said, and went back to my computer. The kids came home. I wondered how long before they realized something was wrong. Carly poked her head in. "Dinner's ready, Dad," she said. "Kayla tried to charm me into a normal N."